Chapter 2. Sarah. From my corner office on the top floor of our newly acquired building, I gaze out at the sprawling city below. Though the sense of accomplishment that should come with owning a building like this should be enough to dispel my lingering doubts, it isn't. The imposter syndrome still lurks beneath the surface, whispering condemning words in my ears. That I'll never be good enough, that everyone knows who I really am. It scratches at the veneer I've put on, and one day I know the cracks will begin to show. I figured it would go away when I rented the first building, a tiny hole in a busy strip mall that smelled of mildew and nursing homes. But it didn't. It wasn't enough. Nor did it when I purchased the first sign and proudly displayed it on the exterior, or when we landed the first big campaign. But I suppose when you grow up as poor as I did, success is hard to imagine. I pinch myself for what feels like the 100th time and let out a tiny yelp. It hurts, and I'm still here. Honestly, I'm surprised I don't have bruises on my arm as much as I've been pinching myself. The knock on my doorframe draws my attention from the window. "Hey, boss, the conference room is ready. Are you?" Boss. That is not a word I ever thought would be used to describe me. The skinny kid who would spend hours drawing with sidewalk chalk that other kids didn't want, because I didn't have a good pen and paper. The girl who came up with big ideas to sell the few items I had in order to have some pocket money. But I am a boss, and two of my fantastic sales team members, David, with a laptop tucked under one arm and a poster board in the other, and Erica, a notepad cradled in her arm and a pen tucked delicately behind her ear, now stand in my doorway waiting for my answer. Yes, sorry, I lost track of time. I follow them to the conference room where David has already set up a few other graphs. He places the last chart in the free easel and then sets his laptop down. Erica and I take two of the chairs. Wait, where's Janice? I glance at my watch and then at David and Erica, who shrug. It's not like Janice to be late. I'm here. Her voice carries from down the hall, and a moment later she appears in the doorway, breathless and carrying a tray of drinks. I'm sorry I'm late. I wanted to grab coffees for everyone to celebrate our numbers, but the place was slammed, and I'm pretty sure the barista was new. No worries. I smile warmly at her as she passes out the drinks. We were just getting started. Janice has always been thoughtful like this. It's one of the many reasons she's my best friend. Okay, here is a graph of our latest numbers. David points to an upward trend on one of the graphs. As you can see, it's looking good. We've increased each month since we started. He turns to another graph. And these are our engagement numbers. We're getting some good traction there. A sense of pride fills me, warming my heart. Our strategy is definitely resonating with our audience, but we can't get complacent. We need to make sure we keep converting these numbers. David nods and opens his laptop. I was thinking we could add a stronger hook on some of our ads to get people to react. There are a few that are doing significantly better than the others. He taps a button and projects the images behind him. These two are lagging behind, and the only big difference I see is the call to action. I study the ads. There are a few other small differences, but he's right. Is our audience the same on both of these? Same keywords? Yes, I think so, Erica says, glancing up at the ads. I can take a second look to be sure. Let's kick those back to copywriting then. Also, go ahead and check the keywords on all the ads. Make sure they're still performing well. We're in a bigger league now, so we need to make sure everything is dialed in. Do you want the creative team to work on more designs to maybe broaden the demographic? Janice asks. David opens his mouth to speak and then closes it, leaving it up to me. Erica presses her lips together and stares down at the table as if it's the most interesting thing she's seen in ages. Janice is an amazing creative director, but she doesn't always understand marketing and the fact that you can't target everyone for everything. However, she helped finance the startup costs and is a partner in the business, so I let her attend the sales meetings. Every once in a while, she even has a good idea. This is not one of those times, though. Sometimes that works. I choose my words carefully so as not to hurt her feelings. But I don't think it would help in this particular case, because we've already done the research to see who our target audience is. While we might get a few sales by going broader, we would also end up spending much more money, as most of those people wouldn't convert. Oh, that makes sense. I stifle a sigh as I watch her shoulders roll forward in an effort to shrink. She's embarrassed, and the mood in the room has shifted to a tense discomfort. I try my best to reignite the passion and camaraderie. Plus, your team has already done an amazing job, and I have no doubt we'll have a new product soon that will need your full attention. Okay, well, I think we're looking good. David, send those ads to Carrie's team to finesse. Erica, let's tighten the keywords. And Janice, can you give our clients a call and make sure they're all still happy? Of course. Janice beams, her smile radiating genuine warmth. Her accommodating nature is one of the things I love most about her. As we head back to our respective offices, our heels clicking softly on the tiled floor, I take a sip of my coffee for the first time and sigh in contentment. The flavors of the caramel macchiato, my favorite, delight my taste buds. The bitter espresso balancing effortlessly and seamlessly with the sweet caramel syrup. When I reach my computer, I pull up the recent emails and scan through them, making sure I haven't missed anything from any current or prospective customers. There are thank you emails and a request for an ad on a razor which I add to the next meeting with Janice and her team. But it's the email that has nothing to do with ads that grabs my attention. I click on it and read through, my eyes widening as I get to the bottom. It's an invite to a fancy dinner put on by the Rotary Club. I knew they hosted these dinners, but I've never received an invitation before. Evidently, I've climbed the social ladder high enough that I've now scored an invitation. But should I go? It's one thing to lead my team here. It's another thing entirely to wade into a sea of elites. Surely they'll be able to see I'm an imposter. Sarah? I jump at the sound of Janice's voice and offer her a smile. Hi, Janice. Come on in. Thanks again for the coffee, by the way. I hold up my half-empty cup as a gesture of gratitude. You're welcome. I'm happy to help. Besides, you're a great boss. Why do I feel like there's a but coming? I ask with a chuckle. A guilty grin crosses her face. But I think you're a little stressed. You take on so much, and I think you need a break. Her soft voice is laced with concern, and the warmth and genuineness in her eyes almost makes me agree. Oh, I appreciate that, Janice, but you already do a lot. You run our creative department, and I can't afford to take a break. We just got asked to do another campaign, and we have to keep the current ones running well in order to keep our clients happy. Okay, so maybe not a break, but delegating more tasks could slow us down. I interject, my voice harsher than I mean it to be. Her shoulders hitch, and she bites her lip, a sure indication that I've hurt her feelings. I sigh and rub my fingers across my forehead as I try again, more diplomatically this time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. It's just a lot of pressure. Which is what I was talking about. Look, give me something to do and take some time for yourself. A spa day or a massage at the very least would do you wonders. Well, there is something. My eyes slide back to the email on my computer screen. What is it? Janice asks, her eyes sparkling with interest. I hesitate, unsure if I should share this with her, but she's always been so supportive. I got an invite from the Rotary Club to the annual socialite dinner, but I don't know if I should go. Of course you should. That is a big deal. Plus, it will get your name out there. Though she's saying the right words, her tone has changed slightly. Is she jealous? I suppose it would only be natural. After all, it was Janice who pushed me into opening the company and being the face. But she swore she didn't want the limelight. Has she changed her mind? More importantly, is this going to be an issue? Yeah, maybe. No maybes about it. You have to go. When is it? She moves behind me and reads over my shoulder. Friday night? That gives you plenty of time to get ready. I suppose you're right. But I still have misgivings. Good, then it's settled. She moves back to the other side of my desk, giving me space. And please consider my offer to delegate some. I will, and thanks again, Janice. Janice nods, though it's clear she is not convinced I'm okay. To be honest, I'm starting to wonder myself. I have felt more stressed than usual, but surely I just need a good night's sleep. My cell phone buzzes, and I glance down to see Matt, my brother's name, flash on the screen. I sigh. This is not a call I want to take, but he's been calling me for days, and I've been avoiding them. If I don't answer now, I'm afraid he might send someone to come looking for me. I paste a fake smile on as I take the call. Hi, Matt. How are you? Not great, Sarah. The accusation drips from his tone even through the phone. Mom keeps asking about you. When are you going to take some time to come see her? My fingers capture a pen and twirl it around, a gesture I often do when I'm uncomfortable. I'm sorry, Matt. It's just been really busy here. I'm building a company, you know. Though that's not entirely the truth. My mother doesn't live far from me, and I could go see her if I wanted to. I could make the time, but I don't want to. I don't want to be reminded of the life I left or the awful possibility that hangs over my future. I force myself to stop fidgeting with the pen and set it down. That's a lie, Sarah, and you know it. You could at least attend her weekly dinners. It's one night a week. He's right, and I know it, but it's not that easy. Matt was always okay with our situation growing up. He never seemed to want more, but I did. I still do. I'll do my best, I promise. My eyes stray to my fingers, which have somehow crossed themselves like a little kid telling a fib. Like that's worth much, he grumbles on the other end. She won't be around forever, you know. Then, before I can say anything more, he ends the call. I stare at the screen for a minute. My mother won't live forever, probably not even much longer, but I don't know if that's more of a blessing or a curse. I'm about to put the phone down and return to my work when it buzzes again. This time, a smile graces my face as I tap the button to take the call. "Hey, you."
"Hey, beautiful. How are you?"
His deep, velvety voice washes over me like a warm embrace. I glance up at my office door to make sure no one is listening, before leaning back and allowing myself to enjoy this distraction. "Busy, as usual, but good. How are you?"
"About the same, but I'm hoping maybe I can steal you away for the evening and take you to dinner."
My heart flutters at the suggestion, but I don't accept it immediately. As tempting as that sounds, I shouldn't. There's a ton of work still to do. He chuckles knowingly, and the sound of it sends a thrill through my body.
"I highly doubt one night will affect your work negatively."
He's right, of course, except that he knows as well as I do that it won't be just one night. It hasn't been one night since the first time we had dinner. Like most new relationships, this one burns hot and steady, and we want to spend as much time together as possible.
"Come on,"
he pleads in that low, sultry voice that he knows drives me crazy.
"I want to try this great new place."
My resolve is weakening at his persistent persuasion. Not that it was very strong to begin with. It never is where he's concerned. I sigh and check my watch. It's almost 5 now, and I need at least an hour to shower and get cleaned up. You can pick me up at 7. How's that?
"I can't wait."
Me either. I end the call and try to smooth the smile from my face. If one of the employees came in right now, they would want to know what had me grinning like a loon, and I'm not ready to tell anyone about this relationship yet. Not until I'm sure.